Over the 21 season history of Hell's Kitchen, we've seen many unlikable chefs, so for today's video, I figured we'd take a look at who is in fact the most hated chef from each season. Now remember, I'll be going over generally hated contestants, so while someone like Michael Ray could be considered the true villain of season 1, to say he's the most hated that season isn't true. And as usual, no specific criteria, just gonna be as objective as possible and try to base it on my experiences from the fandom over the years on who they dislike the most. Be sure to subscribe and like to support the channel, and with that, let's take a look at my opinions on the most hated chef from each Hell's Kitchen season.
Bloody hell, here I go again.
As I said, if you had to choose a villain for season 1, Michael Ray would absolutely be the choice, but when it comes to actual hated chefs, that's a lot tougher. My first instinct would be the cocky Andrew, but I do think he grew in a lot of fans over the season, so my pick here would go to Jessica. Again, kind of a tough one to start, as she's probably not even close to being within the top 25 villains in the show's history, but she did have her bad moments, such as brushing off Jeff crying in agony, taking part in sabotaging her good friend Elsie, and in general having a less than stellar attitude at times. While she's obviously not terrible, to say she is liked by the general fan base would be quite a stretch.
Are you okay, Jeff? Whatever.
Standing there and I touched him, he like fell on the ground.
I don't know if that I necessarily believed it. I would think maybe he's a bit of like a hypochondriac. This is what it seems like.
Chef Scott and I put the extra filet packets in that refrigerator.
Yeah.
I don't see them anymore.
No, don't say that to me now. Why you want to give it a big attitude? I've got to go back out there and tell him, unfold your arms right now. Can I just send this food here? Get back on your section and talk to me. Hey, hello. What's this?
I'm trying to
Get back on your section!
While season 1 is debatable on who the fanbase really hated, there was no doubt a standout hated chef in season 2, with that being Sarah. Sarah was a classic example of a chef who thought she was better than she was, and it made it all that much more frustrating for the fans at home to see an average chef at best treat her teammates with no respect. While Tom definitely had his douchebag moments this season, Sarah would be the one to come out with the unfortunate distinction of being the first true despised contestant in Hell's Kitchen history.
Virginia wants to say, well, you out that turbo, and it's like, yeah, well, so? Chef Ramsay can't stand you right now. I don't necessarily see that as such a bad thing. Wee. Oh, my wrist.
You think it's funny just cutting up and spitting?
I don't think it's funny. I just think you're a bitch.
You think I'm a bitch?
Why are you so passive-aggressive? Like, I have no idea that goes on.
I'm not passive-aggressive. Sorry I made you look like a liar. You don't learn without making a mistake.
It's a shame you're that shallow. Grow up, for real. Get over it and get over yourself. I'm gonna be a big person about it and not act like a baby who's got a load in my diaper. Oh, I'm not popular again, bummer.
For season 3, my pick goes to the same chef that I chose as the worst chef from that season, with that being Vinny. As I said, being a douche and a terrible chef is quite a bad combination. But yes, the fact that Vinny was indeed such a bad chef makes his arrogant attitude all that much more pathetic, as the dude literally would even feel the need to talk back to Ramsay. He had a short run in HK, but Vinny sure left a bad mark.
Do you think you could really seriously eat all that without burning your mouth? What a disappointment.
I don't think so.
Now you want to argue.
I think he looked at me and said that this guy is really confident, and I think that intimidated him.
What a jerk.
He's standing there and he's yelling at you, and his wrinkles is all he starts to look like a Sharpay.
Try a little bit harder. This is absolute rubbish. Get it in the bin.
But then he uses a word like rubbish.
Is that really funny?
You gotta bite your tongue and start to laugh, because use a word that I understand.
Vinny, 60 minutes without any appetizers.
I didn't know what you wanted. You didn't want to show me. So what did you want me to do?
You two-faced, lazy little...
Lazy?
Who are you talking to? Are you serious? I couldn't believe it.
What do you want me to do? Wipe your...
Season 4 now, and this is a pretty easy one, as while Corey and Jen could be pretty nasty at times, there's just no overlooking the absolute disgusting comments made by Jason Underwood this season.
We've embarrassed male chefs all over the world today. Well, it's on now. There's no way in hell I'm losing the girls again. That ain't happening. I don't lose the girls, especially a bunch of young little kids. That ain't happening again. The girls surprised me.
Yes, chef.
They did good, but we're gonna win, because we're men here, come on. I don't have a clue on this earth what I'm doing. I hate desserts, they're tedious. Women can make desserts, you know, it ain't my thing. You know, the last girls that got put up on the block, they start crying. Well, maybe if I would have cried like some old pansy, some chick, maybe I'd be back upstairs chilling right now, but I can't do that. I'm a man. I sure as hell ain't gonna cry about it. I am, however, gonna go get drunk.
The pick for season 5 is a pretty easy one, as this chef is one of the most hated chefs in the show's history, to the point where I actually think it's a bit unwarranted, with that of course being Lacey. Now to be fair, I don't think any fan watching at home hated Lacey more than her actual teammates, but nonetheless, there's no doubt her whiny attitude was definitely a lot to handle, to the point where she would be whining and starting fights for literally no reason, almost as if that was part of her DNA. Again, while I think she's overhated, to say there's another chef this season that could one-up her in disdain from the fanbase would just be false.
The table which you forgot.
I have to go up there and tell him to fire it?
Well, who else gonna do it?
I've never waited tables before.
Could you just go and ask the chef to go?
Come on, Lacey, lift lifting it! The bones were digging into my shoulder. You know, I kept losing grip because the fat was starting to melt from our body heat. It was awful. Women downstairs, 60 seconds!
If you want to be good for the rest of us, you should get up and get your coat on.
I don't feel good.
Here.
Break, everyone's been babying your ass all morning.
You really want to start something with me?
I'm not really afraid of it.
I'm gonna go home.
Stop saying that.
Giovanni!
There's no one going home because we don't plan on losing.
Need this.
As much as Seth sucked, never once did he say he was going home.
I don't care.
What frustrates me the most is negativity.
Supposed to take the paper off.
Robert, trust me.
You're not supposed to do that, Lacey.
Then I up. Then it's not your problem.
Stop.
He's trying to help you, Lacey.
I know, but never mind. If I fight with anybody right now, I'm leaving. I swear to God.
You're what?
Ugh, I hate you guys. I'm sick of taking from you people. It's stopping now. I quit.
Season 6, of course, is a legendary season of the show, with so many iconic and lovable chefs. And while Suzanne is definitely another memorable chef from that season, it's not exactly for the best of reasons. While she was mostly known for her rivalry with Neil, she just had a very general nasty attitude, and with all due respect to her, she doesn't exactly come across as the nicest person either with that naturally resting bitch face.
The rice looks undercooked.
I definitely don't believe so, at all.
Do you mind?
Sure.
What does that taste like?
It's a little chalky.
That's just ignorant. He's absolutely, unmistakably wrong.
Madam, it's crunchy, it's bright white in the center. I'm telling you, that is undercooked.
I don't get it. I still don't get it.
Cleaned a lot of shrimp.
I just can't imagine somebody being in a restaurant never having been taught the proper way to peel and shrimp. I don't understand.
You can clean shrimp. Good for you. You're not even a good person.
Ladies, you were beaten by the sides.
Jeff, can I get a play-by-play on that?
Yeah, first of all, okay, I'm telling you, straight to your face, you lost. So play-by-play, take it on the chin, with a little bit of respect, end of story.
Season 7 now, and this is a two-horse race between Benjamin and Scott. But since Benjamin was shown to be a pretty decent guy in the first half of the season, I think I have to go with Scott. And another reason why I choose Scott over Benjamin is that even though Ben was an ass, at least he could back it up with a skill, which cannot be said about Scott, as he may even hold the title as the most arrogant chef in Hell's Kitchen history.
It'll be a struggle for me to be a cook amongst other cooks, because I've become accustomed to being a chef amongst cooks. Salvatore and I have a pretty good working relationship together. He's my pet project. My technical abilities and my leadership abilities, he could definitely be an attribute to our team. A lot of getting done. I'm the only one that works in fine dining restaurants. I'm the only one that has experience. There's like no experience here at all. I am the strongest leader you have here by far. I'm too concerned about helping everybody else out as a team effort. I learned my lesson tonight. I'm gonna everyone else now and think about myself.
Let me tell you something quite interesting. You're not as good as you think you are. Pipe down and have a little bit more of a humble approach.
I certainly am the best cook on the red team, but when you're working with teammates that aren't as qualified to be there as you are, it makes it hard.
Season 8 now, oh boy, what a decision I have to make, as you could argue that Sabrina and Russell are the most hated male and female chefs respectively in the show's history, and I have to choose just one of them. However, I do think my pick goes to Russell, mainly because I think Sabrina did get a bit better as the season went on, and of course, had an objectively great underdog run. Russell though, man, what a complete asshole. I mean, did the guy smile one time all season? From throwing teammates under the bus to make himself look good, getting confrontational for basically no reason, and just being an overall cold-blooded person throughout the season, there's a reason why many people do indeed consider Russell the most hated male chef in Hell's Kitchen history.
See, this teamwork is exactly what helps in the kitchen, right? Like teamwork in the kitchen.
Don't talk about the kitchen, because you guys don't know about the kitchen. We're doing this for you. How about you back up a little bit? This is not a joke. I'm not here to play. Those little kids, they're pushing me to the limit. I'm doing this for a career, so step off.
Wait, watch your language.
Watch my language. I'm a grown-ass man. I don't care about you, Danny. I don't care about you, Trev. You guys just me over so royally bad. I came out alive, and you are in so much trouble, bro.
You needed, a boot to the ass.
I need a boot in the ass. Everybody needs to look around at themselves before they start looking at other people.
Get some bench stuff. Don't just stand there and look around. Come on.
I got it, man.
It's right here. Where are you going?
I'm
Come
trying
over
to
here,
get
Cooks, if he
stuff.
can't do it. Come on. No, this is my day. Get over here, Jillian.
I'm nervous. This is not a good situation at all.
You really pissed off the wrong person. You better move out of the way, bro, because I'm about to slap out of you, bitch.
Hey,
Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
Don't touch me.
Season 9 now, and come on, we all unfortunately know who the pick is here.
I don't put up raw chicken.
What happened tonight?
Hold up, I'm talking. I'm talking. Shut up, I'm talking. I'm talking. I was on the meat station and everybody could concentrate. Everybody knew their time.
Oh yeah, what happened tonight?
Now,
What about with that
now,
wall? What
so
about
what? I didn't give up. So what? I didn't give up. Shut up, I'm talking. I have been trying to work with my team since I got here.
I think she's an individual. I'll say it.
More concerned about her
Was
little world.
I an individual when I went up and read the tickets for everybody? Was I an individual?
One time,
then?
Elise.
Shut up. It was not one.
Shut up for 5 seconds.
Chef, I did not score the first tray.
So who scored them then?
Tommy did.
Now you're blaming Tommy.
The problem with Elise is Elise never admits that she's wrong. She always blames someone else.
Tommy, the truth.
She's got something to tell you.
Did you or did you not score the first tray of Wellington?
No. Crazy. Don't come over bitching at me.
Tommy stood right over there in front of me before service and scored and basted them.
Play the replay. Unwrapping your Wellingtons for you.
No problem.
But I'm not scoring them now.
Yo, that's some booty ass man. That girl coming over trying to blame us because she can't cut Wellingtons.
Do you know the biggest problem with you? Yourself. Who are you going to blame? Carrie? Krupa? Jamie?
The pick for season 10 is of course a 3-horse race between Robin, Kimmy, and Tiffany. And while all three were of course a big part of the disgusting hatred of Barbie, I think Robin's overall aggressiveness outside of that gives her the title of most hated chef this season over the other two.
No, I'm just saying we just gotta respect each other's night kits.
It's just how you say it, Robin. You say it with aggression. And
Well, you know what? I don't change the way you speak, Kimmy, so I'm not gonna change the way I speak, you know? I'm not gonna talk to anybody unless I need to.
That's kind of bitchy.
Kimmy, blah, 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 blah.
Robin, just stop talking.
I don't have to stop talking, Kimmy. Because when Kimmy works in the station, she doesn't communicate.
So you throwing me on the bus?
I'm not throwing you under the
I'm telling
bus.
you what I heard. Come on. Throwing me under the bus. Cool, bitch.
It's
cool.
true. You called me a bitch today, and you want me to keep my mouth shut? You're starting trouble like I threw underneath the bus?
Started trouble? Did you or did you not just say that her two
Yes.
Oh, she didn't lie to me. So you're throwing me under the bus.
Yeah.
Cool, bitch.
It's
cool.
true. It's true.
Cool.
Keep my friends close, enemies close. That's why I was keeping you close to me, Kimmy.
Oh.
Season 11 might just be my hardest pick, as not only do I feel personally there's not a true standout hated chef, but I think the general fanbase feels that way as well. I do think it is between Dan and Zach though, and narrowly, and I mean by basically a flip of the coin, I gotta go with Dan. While Zach obviously had his sabotage and rape moment, and general attitude change during his downfall, at least he had some serious highs, which can't be said about Dan. Again, Dan didn't do anything super bad. In fact, I know a lot of people supported him after the blue team made him an outcast, but I will say Dan did himself no favors with his bad attitude that was sprinkled throughout his short stay. I will say though, as a fun fact, apparently he came back to help Mary get through the marathon challenge, which earned some massive respect. If only he could have helped out Mary during her final dinner service.
I'm done walking this. It's not going anywhere. It's standing there.
Okay, why are you handing it to me? Why don't you hand it to one of your teammates?
I need a timeout for a second. I'm about to lose my mind.
Man. Like, what the f*** is the matter with you, dude?
You're such a little bitch. Done with you guys. You and your mother.
And Chef, right now, if you don't believe me, as I'm telling you this, he's literally giving me the finger behind his back. He's doing like this to me right now, behind your back. This is the kind of attitude that we put up with on a consistent basis.
Barrett, you are a weapons-grade douchebag. Zach, you're two-faced. Michael, you are STOOPID stupid. My message to the blue team is shove it up your
Season 12 is such a hard pick for me, as I love almost all this cast. And yeah, while I think others could definitely argue Anton, Sandra, or even Joy as the pick here, they all had their standout moments that even their haters can respect. So my pick actually goes to the fourth boot in Mike. In a similar case to Vinny and Scott, despite being an early boot, he made a very negative impact in his short stay, as he was beyond lazy, had a big mouth, and even disrespected Ramsey. Can't do much worse in such a short amount of time than Mike.
Mike is just standing around, like, watching. It's like, you know, get to work. Like, we're trying to get out of here.
Certain people are only carrying the tables.
You know what I mean? We're moving tables and you want to vacuum. If you can't be a team player, why are you here?
Grab a corner. 4 people in a corner. Let's go.
Yes. You don't walk out on a punishment. Sorry. That doesn't fly. Where's Mike? I'm a little insulted. It's not like it's packaged dog food. That's bro.
Come here, you. What did you just say? Yeah, okay. If you got anything to say to me, say it to my face, not my back. Mike, time to go.
One of the reasons why season 13 is so forgettable is that there really isn't many villains to choose from. Sure, someone like Jennifer and Bryant would have their moments, but to say they were generally hated I think would be a bit much. I think the only true dislike chef from this season has to be Steve, if not for the sole purpose that he's probably the only person in the universe who didn't like Sterling. And similar to Suzanne, come on, the guy just screams out villain. While he definitely showed some heart and was even given a heroic send-off after being medevaced, you can't hate on Sterling and expect to be forgiven by the fan base.
I think Sterling should have got home. The guy that thinks this whole thing's a joke and a game. Sterling, shut the up.
What? Steve, don't treat me like I'm a toilet.
You shut the up right now.
And that's real. You just disrespect me like that? You think I'm gonna let you walk over me?
Sterling, if you don't get the away from me, I'm gonna beat the living out of you.
I'm good, I'm 100.
Season 14 is one of the most beloved casts ever, as pretty much everyone here was very talented, and even the non-talented chefs such as Krista and Michael seem like perfectly nice people. But there is one obvious outlier here, with that being Monique. Monique was not only one of the few crap cooks this season, but she had an overbearing personality that couldn't take criticism, despite having some all-time great chefs in her kitchen. While she's definitely not the worst personality to ever be on the show, she simply stands out like a sore thumb on this season.
Tell me about the marinara sauce. I want to know how you made it.
It's just from a jar.
So you didn't even make the marinara sauce?
No. No, if you wanted it, you should have just told me. I would have did it. You came
I've
to
got
the
to tell
kitchen.
you what I want.
Yes. Walking with scallops. I know I'm solid with my scallops. This ain't my first time in the kitchen.
These are disgusting. Just cook the Alison, who cooked those scallops?
Monique, chef. Like, what a bitch move. I can't stand Allison. Your accent's stupid, your makeup stupid, you're stupid. Clearly, these bitches didn't like me since day one. I wouldn't do anything different because I'm not gonna change who I am to make these bitches happy. There's no way I'm the worst cook here. Like, are you serious? It's so stupid that I'm standing here right now.
Season 15 now, and it's another obvious two-horse race between Jackie and Frank. But I think we can all agree that yes, while Jackie could be unbearable, at least she was pretty funny at times, even if it was mostly unintentional. But there's just no redeeming qualities about Frank whatsoever, as the guy was just a flat-out douchebag, sexist beyond belief, and was a complainer despite being a Marine. The guy was so hated that he would actually lose his position in the Marines after the show. Good freaking riddance.
I said okay.
I said watch the French toast, and you said okay. That means you accepted all responsibility, and I walk away.
There's
Thank
no
you.
all
Thank
or
you.
nothing.
This is what I'm talking about. You're not.
No,
you
no,
don't have.
then don't say okay. Do not accept responsibility.
The chicken's your fault.
I wasn't the one sending up raw chickens, buddy. You did. End of story. I am a leader. A leader acts like this.
This isn't the Marines.
This is the Marines. This is a competition to me. If you don't like the way I am, then good leave.
The blue team never had any drama until the females came aboard, and that's when the ship sunk. And that's exactly why I get female Marines and I send them back wherever they came from.
For season 16, you could spin the wheel on who to pick from on the notoriously despised blue team as the most hated. In fact, I think I might just do that.
Sorry, boys.
Nobody's talking to you. I don't know why you even look at me. Like, just stop talking to me for the rest of the season.
Nobody likes you.
That's not true.
Nobody likes you.
That's not true.
I was from the beginning.
I don't care.
Because everything was
Listen
ready.
to what she's saying right now, and you're going to tell me you're going to vote for me over her.
No space on the nav station because it was full of risotto.
That is the weakest excuse I've ever heard for being.
Whatever.
See that? No fight.
What am I supposed to do when you guys are telling me that I'm
up?
It is disgusting that my team let me go down. They suck, and for me to be standing here right now, I want to rip out the beautiful hair in my head.
Season 17 All-Stars, and despite Hell's Kitchen bringing back some all-time hated contestants, the pick here is once again an obvious one. Seriously, why do we need another season of Elise?
You don't take responsibility.
I looked at you straight in the eyes.
I'm not going to argue with you.
It's because you voted her down as one of the weakest players on the team. Now she's mad.
I'm not going to argue with you because it's not worth my energy.
How is it my
Bye.
fault?
Boop.
been
You do a
doing
lot
that.
of this, but
I thought you were done arguing.
I am done.
Then shut up.
But she's not going to talk and think I'm not going to defend myself. Boop that. You said that I'm not a team player.
No.
Yes, you did.
First of all, I was put on the spot.
What, your brain doesn't work? When we talk, it's going to be about dinner service, challenges, food-related things. Don't ask me how your ponytail looks, because I don't care. I'm not playing nice anymore. He said he didn't want it.
Fire duck garnish, please.
You're a liar, but it all come out.
Listen.
It's annoying. It's like weird.
Stop. Don't even. We don't cook for ourselves.
Don't
we cook
start.
for our
You're a
guests.
lunatic. It's done.
Don't put your hands in my face and don't call me a lunatic.
You're cuckoo, like one flew over the cuckoo's nest crazy.
Set up your station. You're good.
I'm setting up my station for the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 10th time.
I'm just letting you know I'm fixing the sauce
I
for
heard you. You said that 4 times as well.
Please, shut up. You're rude.
Stop.
I'm rude? No, you're rude. Don't ever tell me to shut up.
Shut up.
Season 18, Rookies vs. Veterans, and despite the veterans having some notoriously previously hated chefs, it's actually a rookie that takes the crown as biggest douche from this season, with that being Scott Lee, and it's really all due to his bullying of Trev for basically no reason. And it is pretty ironic, because Trev's personality from Season 8 could land himself a spot on this video had he been on season like 12 or 13, and yet he was able to gain sympathy this season due to Scott Lee's hatred of him. Just simply inexcusable behavior from a grown man, no matter how stressful Hell's Kitchen might be.
Running around with his arms itching him, and he's acting like he's about to die. My hands, they're bleeding. Stop acting like a baby girl. You all right, baby girl?
Funny.
Yeah, after you had to deal with your little rash and...
Oh, you saying that you guys took care of all this without me?
Yeah, baby girl got your back. He's gonna explode because baby girl really gets under his skin. Baby girl, come on, you ain't doing nothing. Trevor is a bitch. He is the weakest link. That rep team is gonna fall apart now that I'm gone. Trevor, baby girl, good luck.
Who's that? That's Scott. He's a dick.
You know, I'm actually going to go for an unconventional pick for Season 19, as while Mark is objectively the more prototypical villain, in terms of actually hated by the fanbase, I think that dishonor has to go to Amber. In a similar case to Steve, she became an outcast by the fanbase right away when she was the main one who targeted the beloved Nikki for being a weak leak due to her lack of experience, but Amber really became too much to handle when she was switched to the blue team, as she constantly complained that she didn't want to be there, and in general had a very nasty attitude throughout her stay. And to add the cherry on top, instead of a karmic elimination, she would earn a black jacket over Nikki. I know that's nothing villainous on her part, as she's just doing her job, but come on, talk about rubbing salt in the wound.
Only because you haven't run a brigade that big, so I don't know. I don't know what your skill set would be like as a leader.
Amber, you are going to the blue team, young lady.
Oh, what's that, Chef? I've been working really hard to get things in line on the red team, and to get taken away from it kind of sucks. If you guys are gonna have team meetings, you want to get everybody, because
We're not having a team meeting.
if it's gonna be like, let's play dirty, then fine.
It's not
What
that,
is this?
100%.
Yeah, what is this?
I'm
We're
talking about measuring out the crab cake.
I really just want to work as a team, and I don't want any problems, you know?
So don't be listening to the girls.
It's really uncomfortable switching teams, and I'm just trying to do the right thing.
But you're on the blue team now, so chill.
You guys all have each other's back, and you're supportive and uplifting, and they're just not like that. They're all out for each other, and it's just really hard. I just don't want to be on the blue team anymore.
Season 20 Young Guns, a season so likable that it's the season's main criticism, as there's literally no true villains or any conflict in general. So in terms of hated, I actually feel like I have no choice but to choose Matthew, as a lot of people are pretty upset that he was on the show to begin with, given he was a blogger and not an actual chef. And after his iconically bad 2-episode performance, I can see why people would be upset he potentially took a spot from someone else who actually deserved to be there.
And what do you do for a living? What's the day job?
I make food videos like on the web. You may have seen them, like the hands cooking those.
So you're a hand model?
I prefer chefs, but I'll take the hand
But if
model.
they don't use your face, use your hands, right?
Yeah. Well, I'm in a few videos now and again, but mostly my hands, yeah.
So you just come in like that all day long? Yeah? Salmon, please.
Salmon's walking up now.
Pressure is on.
Hey, come here. Hey, come here, come here. Just touch that.
It's rare.
Sorry?
It's rare.
It's rare. Oh, pass me. It's not funny, Matthew. Do you think it's funny in front of your chef table? Matthew, what's going on?
It's just really fast, and we're trying. And
Really fast?
Yes.
Worst of all, your attitude sucks. Therefore, I'm not listening to your Give me your jacket. Young man, if you're going to stay in this industry, get your together.
Matthew may be considered a chef on the internet, but unfortunately, I had to taste his food, and that's why I had to block him from the competition.
In a similar case to Young Guns, Battle of the Ages had a pretty tame cast, but honestly, I'm not grasping for straws for this pick, as while she's not absolutely despised or anything by the fanbase, Tara definitely stands out as the most disliked chef from this cast, as this on paper sweet and lovable mom chef would turn on her teammates as she felt outcasted by everyone after all the other older female chefs got eliminated early, and in general, had an unexpected fiery attitude given her archetype.
I knew my whole team didn't support me. This is why I don't like to work with females, because they're catty bitches. It's me against the world. It's always been that way.
No, it's fine. Tara's the last one in the room.
All alone in the room.
Alex, seriously, this is for you. Go yourself. That's how I feel.
It's like, honestly, they're all done with me. Like, they don't know even talk to me anymore. Like, I'm done. I have nothing to say to anybody here. I mean, Alex.
I know it sucks.
I feel like you guys are all against me.
How can we be against you if we haven't even seen anything to really complain about?
Are you okay?
Go yourself.
So there you have it, guys, my picks for the most hated chef of each Hell's Kitchen season. Let me know in the comments which picks you disagree with, and who in general is your all-time least favorite contestant. Be sure to subscribe and like for more HK content like this, and until next time, have a good one, guys.
Get out of there.